welcome to my literacy narrative. This is about how I became the reading, writing, and generally thinking person that I like to think I am today. As you can see, based on my collection of books here, reading has been a part of my life for a very long time, and I've never been really picky about what I read. I mean, we have a biography of Malala Yousafzai, and we have some serialized books for like middle schoolers, and then we have a historical fiction book about World War II. We have some young adult fiction in John Green, and there's another one of John Green's books, Will Grayson. More historical World War II fiction in Memoirs of a Geisha. All kinds of stuff here. Some of my earliest memories with books was reading with my mother when I was a kid. And this is an example of a book her and I read together. And she made it a point to me to read. She read in front of me, and she made sure to read to me, so I would love books and be familiar with them when I was growing up. I wish I had some books from earlier in my childhood to show, but unfortunately those are packed away in a box somewhere and I can't seem to find them. But when I was younger, she would actually use books to help explain important events. Like apparently when I was 3 or 4, I was quite adamant about keeping my bottle and not switching to sippy cups yet. So she got me a book about it. It was a Sesame Street book called Bye Bye Bottle, and she did this a lot, and so I think it made me have a very positive association with books in my mind. This is a history book I read when I was maybe in 6th grade. I think it's for people a little bit younger than that, but it really helped show me that books could be my key to the world. Because as you can see, this book is meant for younger children. It's got nice pictures, and it's not too complicated, and it explains things in terms that children can understand. And it helped me see that books could be my way of exploring the world, even if I couldn't go see it myself. Of course, that was just reading. The other half of literacy is writing. And LitMag, which was a club at my high school, is really what got me into writing. A friend of mine told me to go, and so I did. And her and I started working on a short story together, and then eventually that short story blossomed into a novel, and it ended up being one of my first major writing projects. So these are some pieces by the friend who really got me into writing, and I'm really glad she did, because it helped me not only see writing as important, but it also helped me realize that writing was a way that I could not only express myself, but express my feelings and my emotions, and it was really almost therapeutic. That's another part of Literary Magazine. And so it was really therapeutic for me. And that essentially brings us up to the present day. College has taken up a lot of my reading time, so now most of my books are nonfiction. I still do read fiction, but not in the same way and not with the same frequency that I used to. Which is a bit unfortunate, but nonfiction has also taught me a lot about the world, and not only that, it showed me that even nonfiction writing has that same creative edge and creative flair that I thought only fiction writing had. Like, I thought the phrase creative nonfiction was silly, but I'm starting to realize now that it isn't. It's in fact a very real thing. So that's my literacy narrative. Not very complicated and not very convoluted, but it's pretty simple, and I think a lot of people have the same experience as me. I grew up around books. I hope everyone who watches this has a great day, and best wishes.